Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Let's seek the truth and travel the long road to justice together. What you know, Alibis? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. Good to have you here. It's Sunday. Before we get started, you know the drill. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and hit that little bell if you want notifications of when I post new content. Music fact of the day. The song Country Roads by John Denver, such a classic. It was actually written with Johnny Cash in mind. John Denver went to the songwriter's house just after breaking his thumb in a car crash. He was very hyped up. By the end of the night, they had written the song, and John Denver said, "I have to sing this." But Johnny Cash and John Denver did perform it together later on. You can search for that on YouTube. I've been wanting to do a story this weekend on Riley Strain. He is a 22-year-old senior at Mizzou. He is missing out of Nashville. He was last seen March 8th. He was in Nashville to attend the spring formal for his fraternity, Delta Chi. Here's what Riley's family has said about what they know. His father, Ryan Gilbert, told KOMU, "We know time is of the essence. You're just hanging by a thread waiting for any kind of information." Riley's mom, Michelle, and stepdad, Chris, said what they know is that Riley and his fraternity brothers were staying at Tempo Hotel, and they left that evening to go to Broadway. His stepdad, Chris, said when they left Tempo, they went down to, I believe, Miranda Lambert's bar first. Spent probably about an hour or an hour and 15 minutes there. This was around 7:30 to 8 p.m. Chris said Riley and his group left, then went to Garth Brooks' bar, and he FaceTimed his mom. After the FaceTime, Riley's father, Ryan Gilbert, said the group then went to Luke's 32 Bridge, which is Luke Bryan's bar. He said, "We know he was asked to leave at about 9:40 p.m. Riley was put out of the bar, and by the time his friends were able to leave the bar, Riley was no longer on the sidewalk. Apparently, he had started up 3rd Avenue North. Now, Riley told his friends he was headed back to their hotel, and his dad said he made it as far as we know, basically to the James Robertson Bridge, and that's the critical time where things went dark. His last Life 360 ping was at 9:53 p.m. near that James Robertson Parkway Bridge, which is over the Cumberland River. So here's what we know. March 8th, the day he went missing, 7:30, FaceTimed his mom, said he was having a good time, and she told him to be careful and have fun. He said he loved her. They were at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway, which is called Luke's 32 Bridge. The establishment said they served him 1 alcoholic drink and 2 waters. At 9:35 p.m., he was escorted out of the bar due to conduct standards. They took him out the front entrance. One friend did walk down the stairs with him, but returned upstairs. So none of his friends actually left with him. I'm going to play a video here. At 9:45, he is seen on surveillance running across a parking lot. You see him just stumble and fall, and it looks to me like he hit his head. And then at 9:45, just moments later, he is seen again, kind of stumbling. You can see he is just having a hard time. Then at 9:47 p.m., he is seen here on surveillance in just a second, crossing 1st Avenue North over to Gay Street. He has on a very distinct shirt. Half of it is white. The other half is black. The half of the shirt that is white has a black front pocket. In this video, you see him walking. He stops, turns around, and then turns and goes the way he was heading initially. There's also another video I do not think that they have released to the public. It's at 9:52. He was seen on surveillance walking north on Gay Street between the Woodland Street Bridge and the James Robertson Parkway. His last phone ping was between 9:55 and 10 p.m. near the James Robertson Parkway and Gay Street. It's about 6 or 7 blocks from the bar, according to Google Maps. Now, the radius that cell phone tower gives is around 2 miles, so his last exact location isn't known. Also, around this time, he had a last phone call with a friend. It's hard to think he got very far because at 9:52, he is seen on surveillance. And then at 9:55 to 10, that's his last known ping. So you can't imagine he got very far, especially seeing how difficult it was for him to walk. But when his friends didn't hear from him, they started sending inboxes on social media, calling his cell phone. That went to voicemail. Riley's friends tried looking up his location on Snapchat with no luck. I'm going to play the 911 call that was made by a friend to report him missing. so you guys can hear that.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, I don't have an address. I'm trying to file a missing persons report, and the Central Police is closed, and the sheriff's office said that we couldn't do it there.
Okay, so where exactly are you now?
We're in front of the Central Police, how do you say that? Precinct? How do you say that? Precinct. The Central Police Precinct on...
Okay, there's 601 Korean Veterans Boulevard in downtown Nashville, right across from the Music City Center?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that where you're able to wait for a police officer to come and speak to you?
Yeah, we can wait for an officer here.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling from?
Of my phone?
Yes, in case we needed to reach you back, what is the best number to reach you at? And what is your name, sir?
Braden, Brayden. Paul.
Okay. And who is it that you're wanting to report is missing?
We're here on a fraternity formal trip. It's one of my good buddies.
Okay. What is his name?
His name is Riley Strain. Riley, Riley, Strain, Strain.
Okay. Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white. 22-year-old, 6'5", blonde.
Okay. And what was he last seen wearing?
Outside of Luke Bryan's bar last night at like 10, and then the last time his location on his phone was by the sheriff's office at like 11 p.m.
Okay, and what color clothing was he last seen wearing?
He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
Okay, and you said it last showed outside the sheriff's department?
Like around that area by the river, by the sheriff's department over there.
Okay. Does he have any life-sustaining medications or disabilities?
No.
And you said he has a phone, so it's a cell phone, right?
Yeah, it's an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
What is the number?
But it's hold on. Give me 1 second. I got you. Sure. All right, you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
You said the last four were 4198. Okay. And are you going to be waiting there at the door of the precinct, or are you going to be waiting in your car?
I mean, yeah, we're at the front door of the precinct.
Okay. I've got the call sent there at the Central Precinct, 601 Korean Veterans Boulevard in downtown, right across from Music City Center. We'll get an officer out to you as soon as we can. Please call us back if something changes before they arrive. Okay. Like I say, just call us back if something changes before they arrive.
That's fine.
All right.
We'll be here.
Around the same time, they also call Riley's parents, telling them that they hadn't seen him since the night before. His family immediately got in the car and drove from Springfield, Missouri to Nashville when they got that call. March 11th, law enforcement began searching the area as well as on the banks of the Cumberland River with no luck. His fraternity released a statement on social media giving his description and the phone number to call if anybody saw him. Also, Nashville Police put on their social media that Riley is missing. Nashville PD also on the 11th searched Gay Street and the Cumberland River by helicopter, as well as detectives searching on foot. The next day, on March 12th, the Office of Emergency Management searched the Cumberland River. And also, Luke Bryan posted on social media saying, "Y'all, this is scary. Praying for a safe return." It included a statement saying the establishment was working closely with law enforcement to provide security camera footage and any other helpful information to aid in the search for Riley. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones for a safe return. On March 13th, the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission began investigating if Riley was overserved alcohol at the bar. That same day, a vigil was held in his hometown of Springfield, Missouri, and a high school friend of Riley's by the name of Chris Dingman said the search included homeless camps near where Riley was last seen. According to him, they did find a homeless person who had contact and a conversation with Riley. Also on the 13th, a GoFundMe was established just to help his family with food, hotels, and traveling as this search continues. The Nashville Office of Emergency Management deployed 2 boats as well as sonar equipment to look on the Cumberland Riverbank area, and that did not result in any new findings. March 14th, the Nashville PD said investigators were waiting for the release of Riley's iPhone and Apple Watch records, hoping it could give information on where he may have gone that night. Also, the Nashville PD on the 14th talked to the media. They say at that time, there's no indication of foul play or any evidence that a crime was committed at the time of his disappearance. Also, along with searching that riverbank, law enforcement spoke to homeless people in the area who were nearby to see if anybody had any information. On March 15th, there's a statement from TC Restaurant Group and Luke's 32 Bridge. It says, in our effort to help the Nashville Metro Police Department's missing persons investigation of Riley Strain, we proactively provided detailed information quickly after his visit to our business on March 8th. This information included all security camera footage, photos of Riley at our establishment with detailed timestamps, transaction records, and staff accounts. Additionally, we proactively engaged in communication with the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission and will continue to communicate and provide any records needed to aid their ongoing investigation. During Riley's visit to Luke's 32 Bridge, our records show he purchased and was served 1 alcoholic drink and 2 waters. At 9:35 p.m., our security team made a decision based on our conduct standards to escort him from the venue through our Broadway exit at the front of our building. He was followed down the stairs with 1 member of his party. The individual with Riley did not exit and returned upstairs. Our prayers continue to be with Riley's friends and family during this difficult time and for his safe return. Now, today, it was announced that an independent search team found Riley's bank card on the embankment of the Cumberland River. That's obviously very concerning. The current in that river is very, very strong. I've been there. At the same time, you don't like to give up hope until you're told there is no hope. My hopes are that he is alive and maybe just injured somewhere, but it's been over a week now, and so time is very critical. Fox 17 Nashville spoke with a homeless man who asked not to be identified, who said that he and his wife saw Riley on the last known path he took. The man was down the embankment with his wife and they heard a commotion. When they looked up, he said Riley almost fell over, but a bush caught him. He said Riley was very, very intoxicated, and the man said he had never seen anyone stumble that hard before. He said there was someone close to the street and yelled, "He's just drunk, he's okay." He said Riley continued in the same direction on First Avenue. Now, the man did report that encounter to authorities as well as Riley's family. This is also that time frame when authorities lost all traces of Riley. Now, security footage a block up the road does not show Riley on camera. So that might be your area right there. Now, a woman named Sabrina was on Banfield the other night. She said she saw a homeless man wearing the same shirt Riley was last seen wearing. This was around 1 to 2 p.m. on Sunday. She was actually out helping the homeless. The man had a 3/4 zip-up shirt on. That was dirty. His hands, his neck, his face was dirty. So that shirt really stuck out to her because it was clean. Also, the zipper was down. It showed that white collar shirt and that 1 black pocket. Riley's stepdad told News 2 that Riley was there last year for the same trip with no issues. He said, so yeah, this is definitely the worst nightmare. Riley talks to us, whether it's me or to his mom. He talks to his mom 3 or 4 times a day. And for him to go this long without talking, it's not normal by any means. He also told WKRN it's been a week. We haven't heard his voice. We haven't gotten a text from him. We're ready. In the middle of the night, you hear that ping. You're jumping up and you're like, is it Riley? Is it somebody that knows something about Riley? So yeah, it's time to bring him home. He's an outgoing kid. He has a big personality, doesn't really know a stranger. He can walk up and talk to anybody without any kind of discomfort. Riley is set to graduate in May, and his mom said, he's my baby. Please, if you know anything, please, please call the police. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Metro Nashville Police Department at 615-862-8600. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Let's hope for a happy ending. We will see what happens, but finding that debit card today, I think, was really the first big break aside from the surveillance. At the same time, did his wallet get taken and his card get tossed? There's so many possibilities. Let's stay hopeful. If I hear anything, I'll update you guys. In the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow with an all-new episode. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening.